What's up, Empire fans? We are here at the AfterBuzz show. We're talking Season 5, Episode 13, Hot Blood, Hot Thoughts, and Hot Deeds. We got Empire's tour, Andre's sick, and a big love affair at the end. Stay tuned.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Yeah! Woo!
Hot blood, hot thoughts,
Yeah.
hot deeds,
And hot damn! You gotta put a little southern twang on it. Hot damn, boy! This episode here got it done,
I
didn't it?
tell you what. It's like, no, okay, we're back on the Empire after show. Welcome, what's up, everybody? Thanks for joining us. I'm your boy, Danny Royce, and we have
Sarai in the house?
the lovely Sarai.
Thank
Just
you,
us two.
thank you.
Just the two of
Come
us.
on, we can help it if
We
we
can-
try. Yeah, it's okay. Hold it down.
We'll hold
and
it down.
we got you guys too, so you come and
Yes.
chat with us in the room.
Yeah, I got you on here in the live chat. I see all these comments. Okay, we're going to get into that. But first, I want to know what your overall thoughts were on the episode.
The episodes are getting better,
Right?
Danny.
Right.
The end of this episode was everything to me, and it's so many. They've been building up to so many different points, and I think this episode at least paid off in some areas. Like doop doop doop, we've been seeing it, we've been feeling it,
Right.
the fire and desire. We've been seeing that lustful glare,
Right.
And now we like, oh shoot,
Right. Yeah, I love this episode too. It had me like in it, for a couple past episodes, I'm not gonna lie, Empire had me kind of chilling for. I was like, okay, let's go.
Yeah.
But this episode, man, it came out especially at the end, that montage at the end we'll get into. But man, it was like bam, bam.
No
bam.
pun intended. No, it was like bam. No pun intended.
No pun intended, right? Everybody was like bam. And
Yeah.
But so let's start off with the Empire tour. It had some interesting good stuff going on over there. We had the first. You noticed Jamal's groupie when he walked in.
Yes.
Now,
Yeah.
I think they made a point to have him there. I don't think that's the last we're gonna see of him.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
Usually when they introduce characters, it's never the end of them.
Right,
They don't just
exactly.
have a little hi, one episode, bye.
Right.
It's usually for some, it pays off in some way.
Exactly.
So I definitely agree with you. Yeah, he's going to come back for
Right,
sure.
and he was just like, "I'm such a huge fan of you. Like, how huge of a fan are you?"
No pun intended. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I just see that it's gonna be a little issue maybe going down the line.
I agree.
But then we got the whole set with Blake and Tiana,
Yes.
Carlito.
So
and we
many
got
leaders under one
right,
roof. Yeah.
Right. And for me, I thought when the generator and all that stuff, let me know what you guys think. But I think that I was thinking that was like done by someone. You know what I mean? Like it happened twice.
Yeah.
And it was in the same venue, right?
Yeah.
And they said, they blew on the fuse or whatever, but I think someone's really trying to sabotage this thing.
Something's not right with that.
Right.
Portia makes a comment saying like, oh, it's like a low budget type of theater.
Right.
But no, I think something is going on with that because how is it possible? And that's another thing that didn't play off. So they have two things that kind of like hanging, I think two threads kind of hanging from the proverbial sheets. I don't know. Okay, whatever. They left us with some cliffhangers. Basically.
Right.
Okay, you try to be fancy and it don't pay off. That's what that was. No, but yeah. So I thought for sure it was like someone maybe Kingsley was gonna pop up or
Something.
Yeah. But no, they just left it as is.
Right. Yeah, we'll save that for predictions, but I have a little prediction about that. So Treasure goes for a little fall.
Oh Lord, Humpty Dumpty fell off that wall, didn't she?
I don't know. I was dying though. She was like that skip replay, and then he said Treasure landed right on her face. So what do you think about that whole situation about her? Because she's trying to tee up, tee up with Tiana, and get on her level. What do you think about that?
A few things. I feel as though Treasure sees the glam, right? She sees Tiana, and she don't see all the experience Tiana has. She thinks it's so easy that she could just jump in there and be a Tiana. No, it takes, practice.
Right.
It takes some falling on your face, literally. It takes some serious experience to just effortlessly, pull off a performance.
Right.
And I think she got her just desserts.
Oh, yeah.
But also, I think she was out of her game a little bit because of the manager. The manager shows up, and she's like, oh shoot, what am I gonna do?
Yeah.
And then it's her big performance, and then Lucious last episode said that she could get cut if she doesn't straighten up right. So I think it's just all hit her.
It was just all like a ton of bricks just falling in. Joe did show up again, and then we saw how that relationship was. I'm sure there was a little bit of touchy molestation going on, and like who knows. But yeah, I mean, also just the struggles it takes within to kind of get that mindset going. Where for Treasure, like this is where you were, but this is where you're trying to go. So you got to kind of change your whole persona. You know what I mean? And Tiana's just. Obviously, she's already there. She's a diva.
She's a diva. Yeah.
She's a diva
she
queen.
Got it. Yeah.
And then, wait, go ahead.
And why did they grab her by the hair? Like, okay,
right.
Anytime a black woman falls, no matter if it looks real, if it don't look real, don't ever save her by her hair.
Right.
Any woman, don't save her by her hair. Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. Okay, I'd rather fall and keep my hair on than to not fall and be bald headed. Like. Don't save her. Just let her do her thing.
I'm like, that was the first thing you grabbed.
Yeah, you could have grabbed her shoulders, hips, something. But she grabbed her by the hair, poor thing.
And it seemed like everybody just stepped aside when she fell. Like nobody tried to save her.
But she looked good underneath though. She had a cute little butt.
Did. Yeah, she did look good underneath. And then I was kind of surprised not to see Hakeem at least drop a couple bars or something.
I don't know what's going on.
Just gave the whole thing to Carlito and Blake. So.
I think they're trying to build up the whole, because we saw what happens at the end with Carlito.
Right.
So, of course, they're trying to put him in there. So we just see some random guy, what we see at the end. So, yeah, I think they just kind of trying to put him in more places.
Right.
And maybe the stage couldn't handle too many more performances.
Yeah. I mean, that's definitely true. But then we saw, like, Carlito look at Tiana a little too long when she came up. So I was like... foreshadowing what would happen. Do you think it's going to be any tension between Carlito, Blake, and Hakeem?
Absolutely.
Like, what do you think's going to,
I feel like now there's 2 guys going after that one girl.
Right.
3 guys. 3 guys going after the one girl. Hakeem, Carlito. I was waiting for a little Spanish persuasion to come in there. I was like, we too American in here. But Carlito. And Blake. And at first I thought it was going to be mainly Blake and Hakeem, and everybody's going to be trying to stop Blake and Tiana. But now with Carlito, and he kind of actually seals the deal. It seems like he seals the deal. I'm like, I didn't see him coming at all.
Rico Suave coming in.
Suavemente, besame, yeah. I don't know what they say. I just like the way they move their hips.
And I mean, Tiana, I don't know. She's got all these men surrounding her. I'm curious to see what direction she's gonna go, especially with the kids. I mean, I don't know if Hakeem really is feeling Tiana as much anymore. But
I think his eyes on Maya. I think you're right.
You know what I mean? Like, I think he's like, news,
Treasure.
Or Treasure. Yeah, moving on that way. But before we move on to our next topic, Sayrie has a little something to share with y'all.
Of course I do. Hey guys, before we move on to our next topic, we just wanted to say thank you for making us the ESPN of TV talk. For us to continue to grow, we could use your help. If you're on YouTube right now, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. If you're on iTunes, please give us 5-star rating. But no matter where you are, leave us a comment so you can get involved into this conversation. Being a part of AfterBuzz TV has meant so much to all of us, and we truly appreciate you supporting us and doing what we love. Don't forget to tell your friends and keep enjoying our shows.
Yes. Rate us 5 stars. Thank you so much for joining us and watching us live here. And
chatting with us.
Us. Yeah, let's say this episode was crazy. Yes, I agree. But before I move on to Andre, I just wanted to touch 1 second with Lucious' little moment he had with Treasure. Okay, so did you think that was actually coming deep down from the heart? What do you think his intentions were?
His character to me is all over the place sometimes. With this whole, ever since Dwight has been issued in and we've seen this Dwight part of him, we don't know when is his sympathetic side gonna come out. You know what I mean? He used to be just die-hard, cutthroat. But now, like, if you see a dog, whimpering, you may see him just, you all right, puppy, man? You all right, puppy? So we don't know what's happening. So when I saw him go out and start comforting Treasure, I did think it was a little odd.
Yeah.
But like we said a little bit, like, it was also foreshadowing again because it's going to explain why she tries to come at him to a certain extent. Lucious is getting soft.
He is.
Right?
He's getting a little soft. I mean, at the end we saw him Lucious come back.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's getting a little more soft hearted. I kind of like it. You know, it's just
You
a little
like
bit. I mean, I like the Dwight and Lucious like contrast. You know, it adds a little more complexity to his character. But so Andre is sick. He's got stage 4 lymphoma cancer. My mom actually had lymphoma cancer, and that stuff is not.
Is she okay?
Yeah, she's actually been in remission for 9 years.
Woo!
Shout out to my mommy. But yeah, that stuff is not even like you can't play with that. So he's still trying to like do everything he can for the family. And I'm glad that Terry finally built up enough courage to call and tell Lucious. But I don't know what's gonna happen with that going on. I just feel like it's gonna definitely cause some tension within the family.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
everything that he does, because he saves all of them. You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you feel about Andre sick?
First of all, I think Terry's a good woman.
Yeah, for sure.
She pat his back through the throw up and all that stuff. That was great. That's what she should be doing. And I think she did the right thing by telling the family. Yeah. Because at this point, the family's going through a lot of stuff. But if something happens to Andre and she could have said something and they found out that she didn't say anything, that's bad, Terry. That's real bad. You know, just go ahead and dig another grave next to him type of bad. You don't want to mess with the Lions. Right. And I think now with everyone knowing, though, they can all pull together and they can figure out some, help him out a little bit more. Right. Maybe check into more studies or something. He's not alone. So.
Yeah, he's not alone, exactly. But he's obviously thinking that it's going to make him look weak into his family. Yeah. But I mean, like, Andre can't get a break, though. I mean,
every season.
Every
Lee,
something.
Talk to you, Lee. Come on, give him a chance, Lee. Remember he was in love with a ghost for one season and he killed the ghost. Like, then he found God and lost God.
God. Now he found like cancer. I hope he loses it. But like, man, it's just.
He said, I hope he loses it.
I hope he loses cancer, right? I'm just like, this is crazy. I want to go into the chat. Erica Walker said, I'm tired of Cookie throwing Lucious pass in his face, and you better let her have it for sleeping with Demon. Oops,
Amen.
I mean Damon.
Hey, tell me how you really feel, girl.
Okay, Erica, I see you. I see you.
Team Lucious, huh?
Right. Well, that brings us to our next topic, love affairs, because there's a lot going on.
Yes.
I want to talk about Jamal and Kai first.
Kai why is he back? Up, Danny, why is he back,
knocking
Danny?
at the door.
Yeah, close the door, Jamal. Don't open the door.
He was banging on that door.
Through the peephole. That's the first thing I was thinking. Why don't you look through the peephole?
Come on. That's the first thing I'll be doing. Someone banging on my door like that. Yeah. But he's like, I would never miss that performance, or I wouldn't miss your performance. What do you think about him returning?
I think it doesn't make sense to me. He left and was like, I don't have nothing to do with your family. Then he comes back and was like, but I'm going to catch every show. Like, what? I'm going to leave, but I'm going to watch you in the shadows. Like, what are you doing, Kai?
Creepy.
Just say bye, Kai. Like,
Just say bye, Kai.
Just say bye, Kai. I was confused by that, to be honest.
I was very confused. I didn't expect it to be Kai. Yep. It totally surprised me. I was thinking Lucious maybe. Anybody. He was coming to tell them news about
the new guy.
Or who?
The new guy that he saw.
Somehow he found out where his suite was.
Come with a rose in his mouth. Maybe that's my fantasy. But he came and knocked on the door.
So I'm interested to see how that's going to. But, I mean, Jamal was ready to welcome him back with open arms. So, I mean, but it was surprising. And then we got Carlito and Tiana. This whole like montage at the end. Yes. Man, was going. So Carlito and Tiana. Carlito and Tiana is almost a Latino name. Yeah. They hit it off finally, and Tiana dismissed him earlier within the episode. Did this surprise you at all? Them two getting together?
Yes, I'm not gonna lie, that would shock me because in the beginning she was so cold. Like boy, bye. You know what I mean? Like, like you're not even in my range. So but you know what? I saw it when it switched was when they performed. Right. And when she looked at him a little bit more than she looked at Blake, I was like, you know what I mean? Like something's up. And he looked at her like, yeah. But I still didn't see it coming, to be honest. I still thought Blake would be the one she ended up with that night. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It didn't surprise me when I saw him come out. The only reason I say that because, I mean, the performance, obviously. And then I'm sure he put the moves on and stuff like that. But I think, I don't know, Tiana sometimes doesn't do everything in the public's eye. So like
she's sneaky.
You know what I mean? She'd be like, oh, I don't care too much for you, but behind closed doors, she's like, come on, let's do it. You know what I mean?
That's how every lady should be that way. It's called, what is it? Woman in the streets.
Women in the streets.
freak in the sheets. There you go. That's just lady etiquette. You know what I mean?
Hey, it should be everybody's etiquette. No.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. That whole situation is gonna be interesting, and I just love gonna see the dynamic between all that and Blake and whatnot. Speaking of Blake and Maya. So Blake walks by. Yeah. Maya's like, "Oh, you drinking alone, huh? Let's turn."
He's like, "I don't want to." I was like, "Yes, Blake." Even with a broken heart, he's still snapping them out. Yeah.
Right. And I'm just like, at this point, anyone to see anybody, it's like, okay, what you doing tonight?
Yeah, I know. The janitor would have been cleaning aisle 5. You know, like, hey, what you doing tonight? Come on.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. You know, and
it was a hot night.
I don't know. I mean, it's kind of it's funny as how crazy this is, but in actuality, a lot of it's true. You know, this is how tours are, and people be just hooking out with any and everybody. You know what I mean? Not
how you know, Danny?
I mean.
What tour you didn't jump on?
Sipping my tea now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I just think it's interesting because everybody's got somebody, but it's within the same tour group. It's not like groupie here, groupie there. Everyone, and I think that's dangerous.
Yeah, but it makes sense.
It makes sense. Yeah, but I think also it's like just ties everyone together. Unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, you know, like in a normal office, though, people sleep with their coworkers.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, they call it work husbands, work wives, and that's essentially what it is.
Yeah. So they're in close family. The Lyons family is to the empire. It's getting bigger. And then we go to Andre and Terry. So Andre and Terry, that whole situation about her calling and whatnot. Do you think that this is going to bring like Terry even closer to the Lions?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think something about family to the Lions give you a pass. The same thing with Kai. Kai kind of got close to the family. I think when you date a lion and they kind of see what you do good for the lion, then they'll accept you in the pack.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, what can you do for the lion?
Yeah, what can you do for the lions? And she's obviously a good woman for Andre. That's real.
Oh, yeah.
So she's not invisible. So I think they're going to accept her with open arms.
And I don't know. I think she may step up a little bit more, but I'll save that for predictions. But
I have a question. You remember when he got her son out and she didn't really know how he got her out? Do you think that's going to ever come back?
Yeah.
Think so?
I think so.
But because he has cancer now, what's she gonna do?
At this point.
Yeah, she's in it, right?
Yeah, she's in it to win it, I think. Okay. But I mean, I don't know if it would even change anything, if it even came up, And then, so, as we go further into this montage, we go into Lucious and Treasure, trying to find Lucious Treasure.
She's trying to ride that pony, boy. Woo! He wasn't having it, but
I saw exactly where this was going. Like when she came into the room, she was just playing that whole like sexy, like
you think she's sexy, Daddy?
What?
You think she's sexy?
Yeah. Treasure's a treasure.
Yeah.
I'll like open that treasure. I mean, what?
Calm down. Woo, Daddy.
No.
Calm down, Daddy. Goodness gracious.
Can we go to timeout now?
Yeah, no. Woo, he's hot and bothered.
Commercial break now. But yeah, so that whole situation, I found it interesting why Lucious didn't just throw her off in the beginning. Like it was a part of him that liked it.
Yeah.
I mean, any man would probably.
Yeah, he let us stay a minute too long.
Way too long,
yeah.
right?
I don't think he would have finished the deal.
No.
But I think he did enjoy it for a second until he heard that door open and Cookie come in. He was like, "Oh no, baby, no." But I think it's gonna get cleared up. I mean, maybe that's little predictions, but yeah.
Yeah.
Treasure, she probably gonna confess or something and be like.
But what my thing is like, did she really think that whole spiel that Lucious gave was like a? Like it turned her on in a sense.
Well, I think she comes from abuse.
Yeah.
So she's used to men seeing her attractiveness.
Right.
And when they do good by her, they want something from her. Yeah. So she's used to using her body, or men using her body to get what they want from it, basically. Right. So when Lucious did something just out of the kind of his heart, from out the love of music or whatever it was his intentions, she was like, okay, so he wants this.
So
you know what I mean?
he wants,
Let me please him.
He was like, this is not what we do, Treasure.
Yeah, this is not what we do, Treasure. But he was still holding on. He didn't pop up. He was just, it's not what we do.
It's not what we do.
Yeah. It's not what we do, Treasure. Okay.
This is a turn, a hard left.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I got some predictions to that too, but we'll get into that later. And then we got Cookie and Cross. So Cookie crossed the lines with Cross.
Damon.
Damon and that, yeah. So what do you think about that whole situation?
It's been a build-up. Beginning episode, we see Cookie and her, just because this is how women cheat before they cheat. They do it in their heads mentally because we're premeditators.
Yes.
So when I saw Cookie, sitting there and thinking about Damon and kind of like almost not masturbating, but kind of really getting turned on by him, I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
And it's not going to take much for Lucious at this point to mess up before she's going to go run to Damon.
Right.
And when she saw Treasure, it's like she didn't even want to listen. She didn't even want to see, what's going on here? She was like, nope, Damon is in 5543. I'm going to go to room 5543 before I feel guilty. You know what I mean?
Right.
She went straight to the room.
And then on her way there, I mean, she's just seeing flashback after flashback to Lucious with, with everybody, pretty much.
Jail,
yeah, all the stuff she went through.
Miss Cookie.
No.
Miss Kitty.
Kitty, yeah.
Yeah.
Kitty Boo Boo.
Kitty Boo Boo.
And all this stuff that, why would she turn back?
Yeah.
Seeing what she saw in that circumstance, I mean, I'd be like,
fine.
Let me go to somebody that wants me. But that whole thing where like playing cat and mouse, like Cross saying, I'm not going to come after you. You're going to come after me. I was like, man. Yeah.
He played hard to get, right?
Yeah.
I don't get it though. I'm not really attracted to him that way. I don't get it, but I can see their chemistry, but I don't know. You think they make a nice looking couple?
Not really.
Yeah, no.
Nah.
Neither does, to my opinion, Kai and Jamal.
No,
I don't like them as a couple either.
I mean, I love seeing Cookie.
I like Cookie.
I love seeing Cookie and Lucious together. I just think, dynamic is amazing.
Yeah. What about Maya and Blake?
Do you think
they look good together?
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay.
But I don't trust Maya.
Tiana? Yeah.
I don't know. Something's going on with Maya. She's too dirty and she be cutting corn and like she's sneaky.
Yeah, I feel you.
She's got something going on right there. So that whole thing and then Cookie left, went to the room at that little dramatic scene where the elevator's closing and Lucious was like,
come on, no. Yeah. He should have tried harder.
All right. Take them stairs, bro.
Yeah. Woo.
And then, so Lucious is up to here with everything that's going on. Then he receives a phone call from Terry.
Oh.
That is just not the time to do it. And then, he's in the alley. First off, that's number one. You're in an alley.
With gloves on.
A dark
Did you know it's gloves?
With gloves, right.
Just ready to kill.
And Joe gonna walk his little happy up and expect to cut a deal.
And you want to arm and muscle Lucious Lyon.
Right.
Have you not seen the tabloids, how this man keep having people disappear around him?
Exactly.
Every week he's in the news for killing someone. But you think it's okay to blackmail Lucious Lyon.
Exactly.
Or extort money from Lucious
And he's
Lyon.
like, 50,000 a month or whatever, And I'm just like, I saw where this is going the whole time. And he just lost it.
Yeah.
He lost it.
And he saw that teardrop, so he's like, all right, man, all right. He thinking to himself, I got you now because I got you crying.
Yeah.
But he has no idea. That's pain and anger and everything else coming out. Ooh.
Just everything. And then he just, boom, bashed his head in. Yeah, that was ruthless. But I was kind of a little excited to see Lucious back, though.
Yay, Lucious. No, that's horrible.
Just that part of Lucious. You know what I mean? I was
really?
like, okay.
You missed
I missed the little gangster hood Lucious, from the corner.
Andre's not enough for you.
Yeah. I mean, because Andre's not as, let me see, he's not as hood as Lucious is in doing his things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's more of like a white collar criminal.
Yeah. Like tax evasion. Right.
Yeah. Lucious is like, okay, bam, hand to the wall. So do you have anything else you like to talk about this episode?
You did everything, covered it. Yeah.
All right.
He messed with the wrong one. Oh, I did like one of the quotes they had up in there.
Yeah.
Lucious did drop a little good, little knowledge on him
did.
when he was talking to her from an artist perspective, and he was basically sharing how he felt growing as an artist, so he went to share those nuggets with the younger one. And I wrote this down about how he was saying, in order to get a diamond, man, it starts off as cold and you add pressure. Now, of course, I didn't do that verbatim, but you get the idea. I thought that was a beautiful way he said that. In order to get a diamond, you have to put pressure on a coal.
Right.
And also, in order to make gold its finest, you have to put it through fire. And as an artist too, I'm thinking yes, because I feel like I'm burning right now. I'm cooking, so that even inspired me off camera.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was dope. And I mean, just think of a flower growing. It has to go through strenuous.
You gotta say it with the voice. Like, think about a flower,
man, growing, busting through all that dirt, man.
There you go.
All that dirt, man.
Hire him, Lee. Hire him. He could be the stand-in for Lucious.
Get a little lighter. All right. Well, then that does it for the episode. We're gonna move on to our special segment.
Oh no, you didn't.
Oh no, you didn't. And then after that, we're going to news and gossip. So, what was your no, you didn't moment?
Man, there's so many in this one.
Right.
Between Carlito and I'm gonna have to say the obvious, which is Lucious, messing up Joe in the back of the alley. Yeah. It was like, okay. Yeah.
That was.
Oh no, you didn't.
that was a good one for me too. I would say also Treasure messing with Lucious like that. I was gonna say, I was like, no, you didn't. Come on now.
Yeah.
Like, and how crazy Cookie is. Like, come on now.
She messed the wrong one.
Definitely.
Not that man. Don't
I
mess
was
with
like,
her man.
any other man on the tour, but the boss. Like, what?
Yeah.
That was crazy. All right, so we're gonna go into news and gossip. Got some news and gossip.
Woo.
Go ahead and share with us.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Well, Taraji is on ET. She was talking about how Taraji P. Henson talks battling ugly depression and anxiety with therapy and how Empire changed her life. I'm going to pick out a couple quotes in here. She was saying that she suffers from depression. My anxiety is kicking up even more every day, and I've never really dealt with anxiety like that. It's something new. She was saying that I have a therapist that I speak to. That's the only way I can get through it. You can talk to your friends, but you need a professional who can give you exercises so that when you're on the ledge, you can have things to say to yourself that will get you off that ledge and past your weakest moments. So the article is pretty much about mental health and how Empire actually revived her a little bit. Playing Cookie kind of gave her more of a thing to live for. It gave her a revamp in her career, and it put her back on top. But she said that she still deals with it, and she encourages people in the article to find a therapist that fits you and that you connect with, and basically talk to them over your friends, because your friends basically can't, solve it for you. You need professional help. You really messed up, okay? You need to go to a professional. But if you guys want to check out that article, it's on ET. It's Taraji P. Henson's talks battling ugly depression and anxiety.
Right.
Yes, it's a good read, especially if you're feeling those type of symptoms.
Right, for sure. Yeah. And I mean, a lot of artists go through that, but they have to keep faith, pretend like everything's cool. And also, not just getting professional help, but like just surrounding yourself with great people and people who can lift you up and motivate you. That's also important. And she even said one more thing too, that social media was one of the leading causes of her feeling depression. She would wake up and see what everyone else was doing, and she said they would make themselves have this fabulous life, and she was just like, whew. She would fail in comparison to everyone else's, images of what everyone else's lives were like. Right. So she almost encourages people, too, in the article to basically lessen your time on social media. Yeah, I definitely agree with that one. And then also, Jussie Smollett, he is under investigation again because everything just dropped. All the prosecutors just dropped sealed everything. Ugh. Right. So FBI is under investigating why everything dropped. It's this whole situation. I mean, what has been going on for like 2 months now? Like this whole situation, just like it's fishy. There's money being spent somewhere. Yes. People are getting paid off. People are lying, and I don't know what to believe. But all I know is whatever happened, I wish everyone well. That's a safe answer. Right. That's all I can do. And then last but not least, I also want to talk about Taraji's new movie coming out this Friday. Taraji. Starring Taraji P. Henson and Sam Rockwell, The Best of Enemies. It is inspired by a true story about back then in the civil rights era, and this strong black woman is just really fighting this case. So definitely check it out this Friday. See her do her thing on a big screen. And I love Sam Rockwell. He's amazing. He always plays bigots though. I'm like, can give a man some other other type of role or something. Make him a dad with a loving family or something. Right.
And Taraji, she kicks butt at these older aged movies, or older aged pieces, should I say, timepieces. And her playing the strong female black character, definitely, she knocks it out the park every time.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So it's gonna be good.
With her fro, killing it.
Just but if she falls, do not try to grab her by the throat, people, okay?
Right.
The lessons we learned.
All right, well, let's move on to some predictions. So what do you think is going to happen next week?
Your AfterBuzz TV
Predictions. We talked about it a little bit. You mentioned Tiana and Carlito. I think it's going to be a big explosion. I think Hakeem is still going to fight over her. I think all four of them going to go at it. Hakeem, Blake, and Carlito will all fight over Tiana eventually. And as far as who's in that casket, because I'm still trying to figure out who's in the casket.
Right.
At first I thought it was Jamal because of the scandal with Jussie outside of the television show. But now Andre with the cancer, I don't know where they're going.
Right, yeah.
Are they about to end the series? I think, what are they doing?
I don't know. It's interesting.
Yeah.
It's confusing. But, I mean, they did, pay homage to season 1 in this episode? Yeah. You're so beautiful.
Yeah.
I was like, what? I was like, uh-oh, are they trying to tell us something?
Yeah, I thought so too, though.
You know what I mean? Like, the end is near. But I also think there's going to be some type of situation going on with surrounding Tiana and all those guys.
All those men.
All those men. I think Terry is going to step up in the Lyons family. Kind of not replace Andre, but help, in some of the family matters. I think Cross and Cookie, that's not going to be the end of them.
But we saw him brutally beat someone last episode. Yeah. So I'm thinking Damon's going to fight for Cookie. I don't know what it is about his infatuation with Cookie, but he looked like he's really in love with her. What do you think?
I don't know. I think also maybe, he wants Empire and he wants her to be his queen because she's technically the brains behind the operation. You know what I mean? So, I think that's kind of also a turn on for him too. Yeah. Like this woman in power, we can just rule the world together. Let's do it. Kick out Lucious. So I think he's slowly taking his steps in there. Nice. Because he's like, I know you're gonna come back to me, Cookie. Yeah. Wow. But we'll see what happens next week. Yeah. There's so much going on. All right. Well, thank you so much for tuning in and watching us, guys. Empire After Show. We're season 5, episode 13. Hot blood, hot thoughts, and hot deeds.
Hot damn.
Go ahead and tell them where to find you, sir.
Oh, Funny Sarai. It's on Instagram and Twitter. FUNNYSAYRIE. And also, look out for I'll be doing a show with a BHL coming up soon on AfterBuzz.
Yes, check it out. And you can find me everywhere at I Am Danny Royce. Tune in tomorrow on Black Hollywood Live for Inside the Black Actor Studio. We have a special guest from The Best of Enemies, so you don't want to miss it. Thank you very much. We'll see you next week.
Woo-woo.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.